What's happening, everybody? It's NUNZI here. Hope you're well. Want to send a lot of love and a lot of vibes your way. I've been so honored and privileged to experience the life of coaching and training. I've worked with so many individuals throughout my years, and there's one common denominator that I've seen. And I'd like to share with you today this idea that will hopefully expand your consciousness and gain a new perspective of how it's so vitally important that you take care of your well-being and make that the first priority amongst anything else. One of the interesting things that I've seen in my life, and I've been able to work with a lot of business individuals, doctors, lawyers, people who deal with a lot of things and stress and challenges in their everyday life. And the ironic part about it is they come to me and their stress is at an all-time high. They've gained a lot of excess weight. They just don't feel great. They're putting out fires consistently all day. They're putting a lot of other people before them, maybe their parents or their partners or just their jobs in general. And they basically kind of run themselves to a pulp. And they completely neglect their well-being. Their well-being is at the bottom of the list. I don't have time to work out. Are you kidding me? I don't have time to eat and prep my meals. I don't have time to go for an evening walk. Are you kidding me? Right? So it's like all of these things just go straight down to the bottom of the list. And the funny thing is I have a chart. Visualize a chart. There's only two columns in this chart. Super simple. One is stress and one is well-being. When one's stress levels are extremely high, breaking through the charts, the well-being level is completely at the bottom. I have never in my life encountered a human whose well-being is at the very top and their stress also being at the top. If you make your well-being the number one priority, your stress levels are going to be very, very low. I can promise you that. And the metaphor that I want to talk about today is this concept that all of us are athletes, and life is the court, the field, the arena, whatever you want to call it. Let's bring up an example. Think about LeBron James. All of us probably know who LeBron James is. And if you don't, he's one of the best basketball players to ever live and play the game. Now, think about for LeBron, his main objective is to ultimately perform at his best every time he steps on the court. LeBron does everything he can to make sure that when he steps on that court, that he's going to perform at his absolute best. So what that requires is a very rigid training schedule. This guy works out like a beast. He works out with many different trainers to make sure his body is at the best condition. His rehabilitation is at another level, making sure he's getting his body work done, ice baths, doing all the self-care to make sure his body is running at an optimal level. His nutrition is so dialed in to a T, making sure that he's fueled and performing and recovering at his best. His sleep is on another level. His sleep is so dialed in that he's waking up fresh and he's literally healing his body every single night. He does all of these things at the highest possible degree so he can perform at his best on the court. Guess what? The lawyer's no different. Once you look at your life as the court, and when you wake up, you go on that court, you got to perform at your best. Doesn't matter if you're an actor, a writer, a dentist, a teacher, a police officer, a firefighter, a male person, you're working at a clothing store, or you're running a side business. It doesn't matter. That's your court. And you got to perform at the best. Do you think LeBron James is sitting there sleeping, sleeping in, staying up late, munching on a bunch of chips and stuff, skipping workouts, just like not taking care of his body? Like, how do you think he would perform on the court? He would not perform on the court. That's why the guy's almost 40 and he's still playing. And that's just one example. If you look at any high performer in any field, the common denominator is that their well-being is so dialed in. Like, they're doing everything they can to optimize their health so that they can handle what life throws at them. Don't you see? And this is the most powerful thing I might ever tell you and teach you, and hopefully sinks in, is that you will be able to handle your life better when you have your well-being the number one priority. You can handle when your kids have temper tantrums. You can handle when your partner is having a really emotional day and they're spiraling and they're trying to bring you along with it. You can handle when you're putting out fires at work and these employees aren't listening and customers are quitting or whatever it is. You can handle when you get bills in the mail that were unexpected or when you're sitting at a traffic light and there's construction. You know what I mean? So once you get yourself prepared to perform at your best on the court, you're going to win a lot of championships. You know, you're going to win a lot in life. And it's just it's what I've dedicated my life to. I literally have dedicated my life to teaching people this fundamental idea that the only thing that ultimately matters in your life is how you perform. Your performance will dictate your experience, right? We're all having an experience. End of the day, we come in, this is an experience. We get to watch a movie, and how we perform dictates pretty much the fun of it. Because everyone wants to perform well. Performance equals feelings. You want to feel well. When you're feeling well, you perform well. And how you feel well is you make your well-being the number one priority. When the work is done, it will be forgotten. The work doesn't matter. The work will be there. The challenges are endless. The opportunities are infinite. It's all there. But you can only just enjoy them to the most high when you are at your most high and when you are performing at your top condition. So hear these words. Watch this again if you need to. Take in what I'm saying. And if you are extremely stressed out, and if you are overweight, if you are feeling lethargic and uninspired, if you are dragging your feet every day, if you're watching the clock to get out of that office, I would suggest highly you do some internal reflection and you reprioritize what's important to you. And you put well-being at the top. You don't miss workouts. You fuel your body for success. You get a good night's rest. And you stay in a positive mindset and so grateful that you get to experience this thing called life. Your life is the court. And you, my friend, are greatness. And greatness means championships. Anyway, I love you guys. If you're not excited, get excited. Keep up the amazing work. I believe in you. And I promise you, once you dedicate your life to your well-being, your whole life in every way, shape, and form will change for the best. Trust me on this, guys. I've been doing this a long time, and I'm going to continue to see the same patterns, and I'm going to continue to preach the same message. Well-being is numero uno. Ciao.